if China has like 125% of taxes, we still are very cheaper at 25 or 26%.
100% gross GST rebate for whoever sets up manufacturing in J&K, up to 10 times of the amount of the capex they invest.
Just creating the wrappers around the AI, existing AI, won't help. We won't make India first.
I'm just trying to think more like India first. So how, from an Indian perspective, we can, if an Indian entrepreneur wants to play it global in terms of creating a tech ecosystem or a tech company that that can make use of this situation. So yeah.
If I answer this, I would say with tech element, it's all on the new age AI thing. Like if anyone wants to build something, it should be like an inception should be on the AI front, be it a wrapper, be it something out there to actually automate the mundane and orthodox task. Because like the orthodox way of doing ID services, or even SaaS companies, like they are getting eliminated because of this new AI boom. First thing. And second thing, if I see that there are multiple opportunities coming up, because at the end, if we see threshold that if China has like 125% of taxes, we still are very cheaper at 25 or 26%. So at the end, our products would be, even if we are putting on the tax tariffs out there, we would be cheaper. So anything that you can see there is a disruption in supply chain. Let's say even if you have a plastic plant, I saw that Trump said that we don't want the paper straws anymore. We are going back to the plastics, right? So plastic ka factory laga do, aur supply chain, there is a huge gap out there. Starbucks is looking for new vendors, and that is a new thing out there, that okay, the whole paradigm is being shifted. Ab unko at least 50-60 million straws chahiye, kahan se lekar aayenge, right? And if someone can capitalize it, that is a great move. And we have multiple industries coming up like that eventually.
Yeah, I think Kanish, you have a point. Yeah, yes, Krishan.
Just to take a straw from what Vyom said last, like Starbucks wants 50-60 million straws, what do you do? So very interestingly, where and how the government of India can help, and this can help from a Jammu and Kashmir perspective as well, from an India perspective as well, and from sourcing the right things for the US. So expired just last year in September, there was a policy where the government of India had given a GST rebate, 100% gross GST rebate for whoever sets up manufacturing in J&K, up to 10 times of the amount of the capex they invest. So to simplify things, अगर कोई 100 करोड़ रुपए की फैक्ट्री लगाए J&K में, तो अगले 10 साल में उसकी टर्नओवर पे 1000 करोड़ अप टू 1000 करोड़ जीएसटी सरकार माफ कर देगी. ठीक है जी? So which is 3 times the capex in 10 years, which also means if you have revenues enough, like if you're supplying to a company like Starbucks, obviously you'll have the revenues. You have 50 million straws to sell a year. If you have the revenues, just in GST rebates, the government will pay you back all, they won't pay you back, but they will exempt that money, right? So the 100% capex payback will come. So I feel in states where the government of India wants to incentivize manufacturing, J&K may be one of them because employment is key and there are a lot of problems going on. They could give incentive programs like this that would help people from all over India come and set up shop here. And ultimately, these can be export-oriented units. The government of India is giving them support in terms of tax rebates, etc. And this can then ultimately take advantage and capitalize of those opportunities in the US. So there's a strategic play from the government of India in terms of incentives. There's employment in the places they want it to be, like Jammu and Kashmir, maybe the Northeast, maybe wherever else. And in doing all of this, there's great economic impetus to the economy. There is employment generated, and the whole Make in India stamp goes forward, and the export to the US happens, and everything can happen in one shot.
I think that's a really great point when you talk about incentivization, right? So we have a lot to cover inside incentives. Like, is the incentive system that government gives for entrepreneurs, is it great enough? But yeah, I think we'll cover on that. Kanish, you had a point to add on the global perspective on the tech ecosystem part. Yeah.
So I reviewed like what Vyom was saying, and I think like just creating the wrappers around AI, existing AI, won't help. We won't make India first. So what we need to do is we have to firstly already have a blueprint. Like we have blueprint. Like we have seen China how they created a monopoly around technology, right? So earlier, US was working with Japan, then it is working with China, then now it is trying to work with India. Tomorrow, like he will go to some other country, right? So this is the like habit that every country will follow, right? Even if India will be in the place of US, we will be doing the same thing only. So it will happen after 10 years, 15 years. So we have to exactly copy the blueprint of China. Already have that. So what is missing is that digital ecosystem for the Indian like diversified business ecosystem.
They have WeChat for almost everything, you know.
Yes, exactly. They have cloned every software around what they have in US, right? But we don't have anything. We are still lagging behind in the terms of software itself. When of course, firstly we have to create a digital infra like for everyone where everyone can come, and then we have to start thinking around how we can utilize the AI to create more business for them. Like definitely we can create wrappers and other technology that to just sell our some products to like US or China or like UAE or Canada or UK. But if we want to make India first, we have to firstly empower our existing internal businesses. So if we have to empower them, we have to make them digital. Right now, I don't like otherwise how foundation won't be there. If they will be already on the platform, digital platform, so they won't be like you won't be working with the tier two entrepreneurs, right? So if Akash, you are working with those, that I think it also evident, and we also see it as an evidence only, like that they don't have any kind of digital infra. They are still using at max WhatsApp. They're doing all their businesses on the WhatsApp. So how they can analyze their business and how we can capitalize capitalize that business on the terms of strategy. Like to create a strategy, you need to have some analysis, right? And you have to have some data what you are doing. So if we want to create that digitalization, then we can't position India as the business first in the next decade.
I think when you talk about China cloning almost every app, right? China हर चीज को बना लेता है. अभी DeepSeek is a really good example when they cloned OpenAI in just I think $5-6 million, right? So recently, government of India announced Sarvam AI. I hope maybe Vyom and Kanish, you guys might be aware of the first government announced LLM model. So what do you have any strong opinions around that as to are we on a good pace to compete with the major LLMs?
See, right now, whatever government is doing, it is again definitely okay and in the right direction. But as Kanesh said, like when I talked about AI wrapper, to be honest, it was just on an entrepreneurial front, right? Because every entrepreneur won't be having large supercomputers out there to build their LLMs, right? But if government support is required, we should get it. And also like university support is also very much required over here. Like university should come up and help new age entrepreneurs and technical entrepreneurs to actually build something and get those supercomputers if we are looking to build AI first solutions for the country, right? As Ganesh just pointed out. Moreover, I see there is some progress out there, but it should be a collective approach and not just dependent upon government. We see there is a lag in every department out there. First of all, there is brain drain. Many of our engineers and top-notch people are just going US or any other country to actually work. First of all, that should actually not happen. I see very less people like Yuvraj coming from Canada, like he studied at McGill and then he came back to India. Very, very less people are doing that. We need to have more and more people out there in India. And that is how China has grown up. They got the reverse migration. Most of the top engineers or scientists came back to their homeland, which is China. And then they developed products at cheaper cost because they knew how they can optimize things out there with Chinese workforce, which is more optimized and cost effective out there. So yeah, every department needs to work, and we shouldn't be dependent upon government, universities, the homegrown startup ecosystem. Everybody needs to take part of it, and it's not about startup. Even enterprises, large scale enterprises, be it Geo, Reliance, Airtel, etc., they should come up and build something together if we are looking for AI first, so that our brain drain doesn't happen out there, and we do something which is India first, and we are not dependent on the apps of the US counterparts. So again, like Ganesh and Jayad, you said that उनके चाइना के पास सब कुछ है, हमारे पास अभी भी हम इंस्टाग्राम यूएस का यूज करते हैं, राइट? उनके
Exactly.
पास हर चीज इंटरनल बनी हुई है, उनके पास गूगल नहीं है, बाइडू है, बहुत, इट कम्पीट्स विद गूगल आउट देयर, राइट?